Well, good morning. I've been here in Lusignac for a couple of days now, really just hoping for an improvement in the weather. Not sure that strategy has worked terribly well. It's currently not raining. The weather report says thunderstorms this afternoon on the route that I'm going. So I think there's no avoiding it. It's time to just get on the road and head north. I'm just going to hoof it up into Paris today, I think. That'll be a long ride up the motorway. Not too much choice about it, really. And I'll arrive in Paris probably late afternoon and hope for better weather tomorrow. That's just a blanket of fog over the whole countryside. It's better than rain, I suppose. Right, well, I think I've got everything. I think I've left everything the way I found it. The fog's gone. It's a little bit warmer than it was, but I still think I'm going to get thunderstorms later in the day. So I've got full wet weather gear on the jacket. Time to go. So I think today's ride isn't going to be very pretty. It's just a long distance hoof up the dual carriageway to Paris in the rain. And despite a few days in the cottage, my gloves and my helmet are still damp. I think they're going to be even more damp. Oh, merci. Nearly lost my banana. Oh, banana rescue. So, as I was saying, not going to be a pretty ride. It is what it is. We'll make the most of it. 10 to 10 in the morning. And I'm expected to be in Paris at about 6 p.m. Bye bye Lusignac. See you another time maybe. Here we come onto the dual carriageway system. I suspect it's going to be dual carriageway for a few hours now up to Paris. Quick stop there for a coffee, and we've got some sunshine, which is very welcome. Temperature looks like it's up around 20 degrees as well. Now I'm still wearing 2 layers of waterproofs though, because I've seen the weather report and the weather report hasn't changed. I think I'm going to need them the further north I go. Okay. Here comes the rain. We knew it was coming. And there it is. I think it's going to be all the way from here to Paris now. I still don't like the look of the dark skies up ahead. Been through a few rainstorms. Oh, and here comes another. I've ridden this motorway before. It's the motorway from Le Mans to Paris, and the last time I rode that after a trip to see the MotoGP in Le Mans, it was rain like this. In fact, I think it was worse that day.
I don't know whether it's always like this or whether I'm just unlucky. Here we go. Oh, it's hail this time. Oh, marvellous. Soggy. Aha, it's in. Oh, it's failed. Oh, well, that's an unexpected hassle, because my péage ticket had got soggy in my pocket. Hardly surprising, everything I have is soggy after the rain we've had, and so the machine wouldn't read it, so I couldn't pay to get through the barrier. But very helpful assistant over the intercom then asked me where did I join the péage, and of course I've no idea. I just followed Carmen, so I don't know at what point I joined the péage. Anyway, sorted it out, got me through. Ah, dear. Just an hour to go into Paris.
So I've arrived here in Paris. Well, not in the centre of Paris. I'm in the little town of Poissey, and I'm here because there's some interesting architecture which I'm going to go and look at tomorrow. Tigger's got his own parking space here. My room is right up at the top floor up there. I've got the whole place to myself. I have a view from the apartment out over the River Seine. So how good is that? I don't know if I can get out this gate. Oh, I can. That's good. So I can't show you around the apartment just at the moment because they're still in there cleaning it. I'll show you around that later. But for now, I'm off to go and find something to eat. It's been quite a long ride here today, 500 kilometres. I got soaked. It took me 2 days to get everything dry in Lusignac, and now it's all soaked again. Anyway, let's go and see what we can find to eat. Merci beaucoup. Airbnb in Poissey near Paris. Got a little dining area. We've got a living room, little balcony, kitchen, and out of the window, there you go, the River Seine and the sunset over the River Seine, and down there's Tigger in his own parking space. Just behind that building is Poissey's railway station, and it's €5 to take me from there into the centre of Paris every half an hour. Tomorrow we're going to go and see some interesting architecture. Well, good morning from Poissey. It's a bit overcast today, but not actually raining, which is good. Proper coffee. So here it is. This is the Villa Savoy, designed by Le Corbusier in 1928. What a thing. What a thing it is. Back in the 1980s, 1984 I think it was, I did a tour of Europe with some friends, and we had a little book, a compendium of 20th century architecture in Europe, and we went to visit every one that we could. But this is one we didn't visit, as far as I remember, the Villa Savoy. I don't think it was open to the public then, but it is now, so I'm hoping I can just buy a ticket and go in. It was built as a weekend retreat for Mr. and Mrs. Savoy, so hence the name. And incredibly, it still looks very avant-garde today, and it's almost 100 years old. So the rooms on the ground floor were for the servants and the chauffeur, and the ramp leads up to the main living spaces. Not the best weather for sketching. It's very overcast. It's actually spotting with rain, and there's not a lot of light and shade. I might have to cheat for that. Well, what a fascinating place for an architect to visit. Sadly, they only lived in it for a few years, because it was finished in 1931, war broke out in 1939, and before these trees grew up, the building had great views out over the River Seine, so it was occupied by the German army as a lookout post. And after that it fell into disrepair, and they never moved back in. The site was bought by the local council for building a school, and the building was threatened with demolition in 1958, but a huge international outcry saved it. It's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Right here in the middle of Poissey, they even have a statue of Le Corbusier. Looks a bit fierce, doesn't it?
Right, here we go for my second architectural excursion for the day. We're just going to head over to Versailles. Now, I can't actually go in the Palace of Versailles today, because to do that you've got to book tickets several days in advance, which I haven't not done, so I'm just going to go around the outside and go into the gardens. That's fine. I have booked myself tickets for the Louvre for tomorrow. Again, you can't just arrive at the Louvre and expect to go in. You can't even queue. You've got to book a time slot. And when I first looked on the website, the only time slots available were for next week. Not even this week. But managed to get myself a ticket from a reseller at an extra cost. It's not free to go into the Louvre, not like the National Gallery or the galleries in Scotland. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. It's just a 20-minute hop from Poissey to Versailles, and it's not raining at the moment, so maybe we'll have a nice walk around the gardens.
Okay, so this is Versailles. Pretty impressive. But I'm reminded why it is that I usually avoid the big tourist attractions. The place is mobbed. There's coach tours, there's people selling souvenirs, there's tens of thousands of visitors here. Trying to find my way to the gardens. That's the bit that interests me. Can't get into the palace itself today. Okay, so I've given up on an attempt to get into any part of Versailles. These queues behind me are the pre-booked queues to go inside Versailles. I tried queuing up to go into the gardens. You don't have to pre-book for that, but even that is horrendous. Not my kind of thing at all. The buildings are very impressive. Way more impressive than the German version at Chiemsee, but my visit to Chiemsee was much more fun. Okay, so at this point, I've seen enough. I'm going to go and find Tigger and head back to my apartment.
Oh, well, that was disappointing. I mean, Versailles is an interesting place. It's got fascinating gardens. It's got so much history. Beautiful buildings, but as a visitor experience, that was terrible. Oh dear. Far too many tour buses, far too many tourists, far too many queues, and I'll stick to my more quirky tourist attractions, like Villa Savoy. That was good. Well, here we are, back at the apartment.
Well, back in the apartment now, and it's glorious weather. So I hope this lasts till tomorrow. I'm going to cook myself some dinner, and that's it for today. Into Paris tomorrow, and looking forward to going around the Louvre for the first time. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.